Electron transport is the third stage of cellular respiration. The arrows show the products of glycolysis and the Krebs cycle feeding into the electron transport stage. What are the overall products of the electron transport stage? We see energy and water. In fact, most of the energy or most of the ATP generated in cellular respiration is generated in this step, electron transport. NADH and FADH2 are byproducts of glycolysis in the Krebs cycle. Pause the video and find where these high-energy electrons are coming into the electron transport chain. Then hit play to resume. One way to organize information in a long reading passage is to create a graphic organizer to represent the information. In this case, the reading describes the electron transport process and ATP synthesis, which can be well represented by a flowchart. It is highly recommended that you create a flowchart in your notes summarizing this stage of cellular respiration. Electron carriers are shown in the illustration as purple spheres. High-energy electrons from NADH and FADH2 are passed from carrier to carrier down the electron transport chain. Focus on the process of hydrogen atoms, oxygen, and electrons combining. What is formed when oxygen accepts the electrons in combination with hydrogen ions? Water. How do electron carriers use the energy generated by passing the electrons down the electron transport chain? They use this energy to transport hydrogen ions across the inner mitochondrial membrane and into the intermembrane space. The inner mitochondrial membrane, this membrane here, contains enzymes known as ATP synthases. What causes the hydrogen ions to rush through the ATP synthase? The hydrogen is packed together more tightly in between the membranes in the intermembrane space than the hydrogen ions are inside the mitochondria, what's called the matrix. This makes the hydrogen ions flow from the area of high concentration to the area of low concentration. The only way for them to cross the inner mitochondrial membrane is to go through the ATP synthase. As hydrogen ions rush through ATP synthase, the base of the synthase rotates, generating ATP from ADP. With each rotation, the enzyme grabs an ADP molecule and attaches a phosphate group, producing ATP. On average, each pair of high-energy electrons that moves down the full length of the electron transport chain provides enough energy to produce 3 molecules of ATP.